Here is a nice problem. We are told that there is a straight line, some straight line L, which is at a distance of 4 units from the origin, and it is making positive intercepts on the coordinate axis. Right, so the straight line is something like this. This straight line, this capital L is somewhere like this. Right, and perpendicular from the origin to this line is making an angle of 60 degrees with the line x plus y equals to 0. X plus y equals to 0 is nothing but y equals to minus x. Right, that line is something like this. Right, this is y equals to minus x. Right, that is this line. Now, this line is a distance of 4 units. 4 units from this origin, but at the same time, uh, the perpendicular from the origin to this line is making an angle of 60 degrees with this line x plus y equals to 0. So this line, first of all, this line x plus y equals to 0. This is y equals to minus x, so this angle is 45 degrees, this angle is 90 degrees, so total it is 135 degrees, right? This line is actually total 135 degrees. Now, if it has to make 60 degrees with this line, so one option is it can make 60 degrees like this is 45, this is another 15, right? Or it can take 60 degrees this side. So this is 45, this is 15. So a line with 15 degrees or a line, this angle is 15 degrees, right? Or this angle is actually 75 degrees, right? This is 75 degrees, and this is another 60 degrees, total 120 135 degrees, right? This line is making 135 degrees. So if we make a line with 75 degrees, that is still making this angle 60 degrees, right? Or if we are making a line which is of 15 degrees, then also it is making this angle as 60 degrees, right? Basically, we have two options of this perpendicular. If this perpendicular is like this, then our L will become like this, right? If this is our perpendicular, and if this is our perpendicular, then our line L will become something like this, right? Even more negative slope, right? Both are negative slopes, obviously, because this line coordinates x-intercept, y-intercept are on the positive x-axis and positive y-axis. So this line slope, the capital L, this line slope is always negative. But at the same time, if it is like this, if the perpendicular is of 75 degrees, then it is the slope would be with a small negative number, right? Or this becomes close to minus infinity or minus 100 or minus 200 something. If this is this one, it would have been minus 5, minus 10, whatever like this. Okay, so we have two options of this perpendicular, say either this perpendicular or this perpendicular. And for each perpendicular, we'll get two of these L's. Basically, L is not one, we actually have two options for L. One for this perpendicular, one for this perpendicular. So for example, it looks like this is origin and x plus y equals to 0, that is this line. Then OB is one perpendicular, this is of 4 units length, and OC is another perpendicular which is of 4 units length. If OB is the perpendicular, then this angle is 75 degrees, right? Because this has to be 60 degrees and total is 135 degrees. So this part should be 75 degrees. Right. And if this angle has to be 60 degrees, because this line, this is also perpendicular, this is also perpendicular, and it has to make an angle of 60 degrees with this line. So it could make 60 degrees on this side or on this side. If it is on this side, then this is 45 degrees. So this remaining part is actually 15 degrees. So OC, the slope of OC is tan 50. The slope of OB is actually tan 75. Right? We know OB and OC, right? Let us take one of this. Okay, let us take one of this OB or OC, right? So then what exactly will be the slope of this OB? For example, if we take OB, then the slope of this line is actually this one, tan 45, tan 75 degrees. Tan 75 is nothing but tan 45 plus tan of 45 plus 30, tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B. So the slope of this line will become root 3 plus 1 by root 3 minus 1, right? Now, this line slope is OB slope, we know. But our line L is the red line, right? So the line, our line, required line L, that slope should be, because this slope of this and slope of this, product of both slopes should be -1. So the slope of this line, this red line, right, let's call this L1. L1 will become, uh, 1 by minus of this one, which is nothing but 1 minus root 3 by 1 plus root 3. Right. So minus of 1 by this thing. So which is nothing but 1 minus root 3 by 1 plus root 3. Fantastic. We know the slope of this line now. But how do you find the equation of this line? That is what that is needed, right? So here we want to find the equation of this line. How do you find the equation of this L1? Right. Now here we know this angle is 75 degrees. And we know the length of this side is 4. What is, and this is a right angle triangle. Right. O, B, and whatever this point. Let's say if this is P, this is a right angle triangle. Right. Because this is actually perpendicular and we know length of this one. This is 4. Then what will be the length of this one? Length of this one is, see, whatever this 4 by this one, 4 by x, if we call this as x, 4 by x should be equal to sine 15 degrees or cos 75 degrees, whichever we choose. Length of this adjacent side by this hypotenuse is cos 75, or length of opposite side by hypotenuse is sine 15 degrees. Okay, so whichever, both are same. Now sine 15 should be sine of 45 minus 30, sine a cos b minus cos a sine b, which is nothing but 1 by 2 into 1 by root 3 by 2 into 1 by root 2 minus 1 by 2 into 1 by root 2. So this becomes root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2, sine 15 degrees. This should be equal to, this sine 15 degrees should be equal to length of this one by this one. Why we want to do this? Because we want to find what is this intercept. Right. So what is x? X has become 8 into 2 root 2 by root 3 minus 1. So now we have got one point, that is this one, comma 0. This is x-intercept. And we know the slope of this line. We just found out because slope of this line is perpendicular to this line. This line slope is 75 degrees. And we found the slope and we found the slope of this L1. So L1 slope is 1 minus root 3 by 1 plus root 3. And L1 is going through this point. 8 root 2 by root 3 minus 1 comma 0. So now equation of L1 will become y2 minus y1 by y minus y1. Y minus this 0 is equal to m. M is this one into x minus this one. Basically going through this point and this slope and this slope. So y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. So 1 plus root 3 into y will become 1 minus root 3 into x plus root 3 minus 1, plus this 1 minus root 3 and this 1 minus root 3. We can convert this to plus. If we convert this to plus, this also becomes 1 minus root 3. This and this will get cancelled. We will be left with 8 root 2. Right. If we bring this x also to this side, then this becomes root 3 minus 1 into x plus 1 plus root 3 into y is equal to 8 root 2. So that is this one, right? Root 3 minus y, 1 into x plus 1 plus root 3 y equals to 8 root 2. That is fantastic. That is about this line L1. Now exactly we can do the same thing to find out this line L2. Right. Let us find out for this L2 also. For this L2, again we have to find this O. This OC is there, right? This OC is making angle of 15 degrees. Right. And this is perpendicular. Now obviously, and the slope of OC is tan 15 degrees, which is nothing but tan 45 minus 30, right? Which is nothing but tan A minus tan B by 1 plus tan A tan B, which is root 3 minus 1 by root 3 plus 1. So this is the slope of OC, right? And obviously the slope of this L2, that will become root 3 plus 1 by 1 minus root 3, because this into slope of L2 should be equal to minus 1. So 1 minus 1 by this one. That should be equal to this one. Root 3 plus 1 by 1 minus root 3. This is the slope of this L2. Now at the same time, this is another right angle triangle. Right? Because this is a right angle. This is a right angle because this is the perpendicular and the length of this is 4 and this is 15 degrees. Obviously cos 15 is 4 by this hypotenuse. Right, this hypotenuse is, let's call this x. So 4 by x should be equal to cos 15. Cos 15 is nothing but root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. So x is nothing but 8 root 2 by root 3 plus 1. So this point is 8 root 2 by root 3 plus 1. Now we know the coordinate, that is this coordinate. x comma 0, and we know the slope of this line, that is this one. So we can still again create this equation. Y minus y1 is equal to, y1 is anyway 0, y minus 0, that is y equals to m into, m is this, m is this line is actually perpendicular to this line. This slope is tan 15 and this line perpendicular, we can create the slope. Right, m into x minus x1. x1 is this, which is nothing but y into 1 minus root 3 should be equal to root 3 plus 1 into x minus this root 3 plus 1, and this root 3 plus will get cancelled, minus 8 root 2, which is nothing but root 3 plus 1 into x. And if you bring this one to this right side, it becomes root 3 minus 1 into y equals to 8 root 2. If we are taking this 8 root 2 to the other side. So this is the other equation, root 3 plus 1 into x plus root 3 minus 1 into y is equal to 8 root 2. So this is also possible, right? Basically, we have two equations. One equation of this, another equation of this. Right, guys? Hope you like this. Hope you understood this. Thank you.